Clash Royale's funniest creators had just killed his channel. Kashman is a YouTuber that does funny shorts and challenges. At his time, he was one of the best Clash Royale YouTubers ever, but over the past 6 years in his journey there were a few events that would make him change a lot. And in the past year, behind the scenes, things changed so much for him, to the point that Kashman had to eventually completely leave his entire audience. But he wasn't always like that. Back then he was a lot different than what he is today, and that would come out in a few different ways. And on one day in 2018, Kashman would start to stream on Twitch. He was a really big fan of Clash Royale, and it was also really popular back then. So Kashman would decide to just try, and people started to like him right off the start. But Kashman didn't actually completely start out of nowhere, and he did know a few things that would later help him. He had a really funny personality, and he was actually good at the game. At this time, the Clash Royale viewership was pretty simple. Almost everything in there was just top gameplay. And for that reason, people with good personalities that actually showed it were standing out a lot more than others, and Kashman saw this opportunity. At the beginning, he obviously didn't 100% know about his talent, and like most of people just focused on gameplay. But it wouldn't take long for Kashman to realize how to succeed. But we'll come back to that later in the video. For now, Kashman was already a bit known. He had a small and loyal Twitch community, and he had all the fun there. At that time, Kashman also realized something very important. Because Clash Royale can be a really intense game, Kashman would have a lot of really good clips from his live streams. At this time, he was uploading them to Twitch's clips part, but we all know pretty much nobody uses that. So Kashman had a problem. He had a ton of extra content of him that was just being wasted. He had no idea what to do with this content, and even his fans wanted him to solve that. So Kashman decided to try out something new. And this would be the moment that he will forever thank his life to, and was the moment that he created his YouTube channel.
All good in the hood. It's all good in the hood. Race, baby! It's a race! It's a race! A race to the ages! A race of all people! The good versus the evil! The bad versus the ugly! And I'm the best! Yes! Oh, he had to zap! He had to zap the Royal Giant! Uh-oh! Is this a pro play? Come on, how am I doing this? How am I doing this? That's the best play I've ever done in my life. I might take 2 towers because of this. What up, YouTubes of Tubi land of all the tubes? There's 2 tubes, there's 1 and 2, there's you and me, but we're not doing MeTube, we're doing YouTube!
In the following year, Kashman would keep enjoying content creation. He was still using Twitch as his main platform, and would make a YouTube compilation once in a while. But one day, like many others, Kashman decided that Twitch wasn't enough for him. The viewership there was still pretty good, but YouTube had a massive missed potential. So Kashman decided to try out a new style. Instead of just streaming and uploading clips from Twitch, Kashman decided to make some guide videos for certain decks. He would still upload a lot of Twitch clips, but after making a Hog Rider guide that blew up, he would mostly stop doing these compilations. And because Kashman was still good at the game, these guides were very helpful. It also helped that Kashman's personality was really great. He was being really positive a lot of the times, and when watching him he would constantly give out vibes of someone who's really happy. But he was still not really noticed by anyone on YouTube, and that would eventually change when Kashman uploaded this video. On March 17th, 2020, Kashman would make a new video. This video was a guide for Arena 7, and he would show some decks for that arena. Now, this video seemed completely normal for everybody. But what was special is that at the time, Kashman was trying to find new series ideas. He wanted something sustainable, an idea that he could make a lot of videos with. This video blew up though, and would eventually be the point that Kashman could start to grow. So he saw his chance, and from this video alone, Kashman would start to make a name for himself. Ever since that video, he would get tens of thousands of views almost every time. And that guide for Arena 7 would be received so good that Kashman would indeed turn it into a series. But there was still a missed potential about Kashman's content, and on September of 2020, Kashman would be able to completely revolutionize a part of the Clash Royale community. At the time, he was already almost fully on YouTube. Twitch was no longer his most dominant platform. His YouTube guides were succeeding very hard, and he would continue to find new ideas. But at the time, there would be another app that would take over the world, and that is TikTok. At the time, the idea of short-form content was popping off, and YouTube were seeing this, and on September of 2020, they would release YouTube Shorts. This was pretty huge, not just for Kashman, but for every single creator on YouTube. But Kashman managed to see something that not many people would. As we all know, Clash Royale is a mobile game that is played vertically. That's how it always has been. And YouTube Shorts and TikToks are also played vertically. As I said before, Clash Royale always has intense moments and clips, usually under 60 seconds. So while people are starting to figure out shorts, Kashman would focus a lot more on shorts, and in a very short amount of time, Kashman's shorts was starting to absolutely blow up. After just a few shorts, he would hit the 1 million view mark, and he even started to get ideas from his audience. He would constantly try out ideas and ask his viewership what they thought, and some of these ideas were just so good that he used them for his entire career. Also, because shorts and TikToks are really fun and fast to make, Kashman was enjoying what he was doing a lot. Some of his short viewers were even starting to watch regular videos, which would eventually let Kashman earn enough money to go full-time as a YouTuber. And for a very long time, Kashman was just having fun and getting new ideas, until one day, there would be two significant changes that would be the beginning of Kashman's end. On June 19th, 2023, Kashman would make a new video. On that day, a new update would also come to Clash Royale, and as I said in the last video, this update would not be received so well. And on that day, Kashman would make a new video about one of the update's new features, level 15. Now, as I said in my B-Rad video, this feature did cause a lot of problems, and in order to try and fix those problems, a lot of Clash Royale content creators would make videos about them. But for Kashman, things were different. Up until this point, every single Kashman video or livestream had one thing in common. Kashman would always be super positive and overall just funny and good. But with this new video, Kashman would not have that same energy at all. He would try to act funny in some of the parts, but for almost all of the video he sounded a little depressed. This was very unique for Kashman. He never acted like this before, and he even said he didn't want to make the video in the first place, but given the situation, Kashman was just forced to do it.
I wasn't going to make this video originally. I love this game, and I just want it to succeed. Level 15 is bad. Very bad. The finish line is being pushed back from here to here. What is the most common problem for Clash Royale players? Losing to over-level cards. There is no difference from everyone being level 14 and everyone being level 15. But instead of grinding to here, you have to grind to here. It adds progression, but it doesn't add purpose. We do not want more card levels. We do not enjoy upgrading cards.
From this point on, everything about Kashman would feel different. He would still upload long-form videos on his channel and everything, but something was up to his shorts. He only did 3 shorts about the new update and just stopped, and almost all of his other stuff was pre-recorded before the update. It looked like Kashman was truly not having a positive experience anymore, and was just so close to quitting. This was one of the reasons for it. But the other reason is actually completely unrelated. You see, 1 month after level 15 got added, something very unique would happen. And on August 8th, 2023, Kashman actually got married. This was pretty unexpected, since only a few Clash Royale creators actually knew about it, and he almost never mentioned he had a girlfriend. This post from Kashman would be extremely well received, and because he was so positive and loved by everybody, so many people were congratulating him. But this event would actually be a lot more impactful than normal, and because of the bad Clash Royale updates recently, and the fact that Kashman had a new wife to be around and spend time with all of that stuff combined, he would decide to make a choice, and completely quit Clash Royale without telling anybody. But there is still a chance for Kashman to return, and at the CRL World Finals he even said that he might eventually come back. But for this to happen, and for Kashman to finally return making content, you have to share this video and subscribe to get his attention. And watch this video to know why B-Rad is destroying his career.